2K Sports is ready to kick off your weekend with some hoops on this Friday night. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. Here's McDaniels. Pass to Ryder. Going inside. Eason pulls it in. And it's Houston's ball. And it's in there. Grant, these are two teams with some of the highest assist rates in the league.
Yeah, B.A. And it really goes to show the unselfish attitude they both have. Not to mention how many skilled passers are on both rosters.
And here is Thompson. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Durant. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, you know, you're kidding yourself if you think Durant is going to back down from the opponent. Man, what a strong finish there.
Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, B.A., most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up and score over most any defender.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. Thompson outside. An open look for Durant. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Well, that jumper's so effortless coming out of Durant's hands. I mean, it's cash money more times than not.
Here's SGA. It's rebounded by Şengün.
You're not going to get a better look from mid-range. He's definitely disappointed with himself there.
Yes, it's good. Durant's got 7 points.
4 straight hoops. Ideal start for them.
Here's Shannon. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. And that'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves able to keep the possession. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter.
And they've done a pretty good job working the ball inside, but haven't been able to convert at all.
Yeah, you know, defense or not, good defense or not, those are shots you got to make. I mean, they're missing some easy ones.
Here's Ryder. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. The open shot by SGA. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Sweet-looking jumper from the mid-range. I mean, Gilgeous-Alexander just making it look easy.
To the middle. It's intercepted. Fast break, Minnesota. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that was going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Over to the left wing. Here's Shannon. That one's good. This game is all even. Shannon's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Kevin Durant, as effortless as a scorer as this league has ever seen. He said, I'm not really flashy with how I play anymore. I just try to look for the best shot, simple and easy with my game. Fly under the radar a bit. After every shot, I just run down the court and get back on defense. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Allie. And Clark, one thing this Rockets team is known for is their ferocity on the backboard.
Yeah, they were terrific retrieving their own misses, and they played with a grit and a toughness that I thought belied the team's youth, and that's a good foundation to build on. You've got tough-minded young players that are only going to get better. Keep an eye on this Rockets team.
Basket counts.
It's been a good night for him overall and a good night for this team.
Thompson right side. Oh. Out to the right wing. And here's Shepherd for 3. Minnesota with the rebound.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
We've seen McDaniels improve as a decision maker, and it shows with passes like that.
Inside. And finished off by Bull.
The size advantage gives him a clear path to the shot.
Here's SGA, and slam dunked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Mole, no good.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
And Shannon gets it to go.
Oh, fantastic adjustment on the shot against tight defense.
Eason gets the three to fall.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
They've been able to create turnovers with their high-pressure defense, and offensively, they're converting off those opportunities.
Another big component of their game early on has been their execution on the fast break. They're getting a bunch of easy baskets, pushing it in transition.
You know, the more you watch Şengün, the more you wonder if he's just a guard in the body of a big man, Clark.
Well, that's a pretty astute observation, B.A., because his passing is elite. I mean, his vision, he sees a half a play to a play ahead. I mean, you can actually run offense through Şengün.
Wing shot on the way, and another basket for Houston.
Durant's pull-up is quick and smooth and virtually unguardable. So agile he is for a 7-footer.
Sends it home from three-point land. DiVincenzo's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. The deep three from Durant. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Oh, deflected. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Durant.
That was just a bad pass. There's no other way to describe it. It happens, but that was bad.
Picked by Gobert. DiVincenzo can't hit. The Rockets trail. On the tape, Durant. And Durant with the big finish.
And, you know, once Durant notices a lane, you're toast. I mean, using his long strides to get inside fast, unstoppable.
Outside Reed. Back to Gobert. It's rebounded by Houston.
Excellent job to impact that attempt and prevent the easy deuce.
And you watch Alperen Şengün. He's a beast on the blocks, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., he throws his weight around, but what separates him is his skill. Against the best post defenders in the league, he comes up with creative ways to score.
Pass to Şengün. Over Gobert. And Şengün gets it to go. Şengün's got his second basket of the game.
Love when Şengün looks to score, especially from the interior.
DiVincenzo with it. And he drops in the layup off the glass. DiVincenzo's got 5 points.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Memphis, where they'll face the Grizzlies. They're getting into the back half of a 4-game road trip.
That's exactly what you want to see. Your big men playing big. Strong board.
SGA using that size.
A tricky cover. Gilgeous-Alexander is a talented finisher inside.
Here's Thompson. Out left to the wing. The three, Smith. Houston with another miss.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And they call an illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And a lot of spot-up shooters now, adding a one-dribble pull-up 3 to the repertoire.
Yeah, when you have defenders selling out to contest that catch and shoot, you got to reload, relocate, and let it fly. It's a valuable counter for those long-distance specialists.
And he converts the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's gotten 4 this quarter.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
It's stolen by SGA. To the paint. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Exactly, Pete. When you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
6 to shoot. Back to Smith. Shot on the wing. Rebound Minnesota. The 3 is up. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
To stop the run. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field.
Trying to match 3, sometimes you get too amped up, and it affects your ability to knock down the shot.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Three-pointer Holmes. Tipped.
You can tell Smith really relishes being a force on defense. Blocks like that will help him anchor himself at that end of the floor.
Left side Eason. Here's Şengün. Hits the trifecta. Şengün's got 7 points for the quarter. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's Minnesota leading by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. The 3, Durant. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
What doesn't Kevin Durant do? He's showing us everything here.
Thompson, no good.
As he often does, he gets to the rim. But that's just stellar defense.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team. Back to you, BA.
They've got that grit. Thank you, Allie. And the Wolves still seeking their first title, Clark.
Yep, the Lakers won 5 championships when they played in Minneapolis, BA, way in the day. The Timberwolves joined the league in 1989, and they're still trying to bring another basketball title to the city.
All right, the Rockets making a switch here. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Now here's Durant. 15 points in the game. Taking the contact. KD willing that one in.
You know, the defense is all over Durant inside, but, you know, his length and agility and high release point allow him to still make it happen. What he lacks in height, he certainly makes up for with his bounce.
Now Durant. 17 points in the game. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Jaden McDaniels picks one up. The Timberwolves making it to their second straight Western Conference Finals last year, Clark.
Yeah, you know, what impressed me the most, I think, was making it last year as a 6th seed. Gelling down the stretch of the season. They struggled for a good part of the season, but the last third or so of the season, they really came together. Just did not have quite enough to make it to the final.
Defenders just clearing out, and Gilgeous-Alexander came in with a purpose.
And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the T-Wolves. The lead is 2. They host the Pistons after this one. That'll be the second and last game of a quick.
These guys go flying through the air like that. I love it. McDaniels showing what he's got on the slam there.
Pass to Durant. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Here's McDaniels. Here's Shannon. McDaniels inside. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Rocketing right off the floor. Explosive jam by McDaniels.
That doesn't go either for Durant.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Fast break, Minnesota. And a foul call. Looks like he had a clear path to the basket. They'll get one free throw, and they'll keep possession here. Minnesota shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And they've increased their percentage quite a bit since last season, guys.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has made the move from star to superstar, Grant.
Well, no question, B.A. He's been a superstar for quite a few seasons now, but he's not satisfied and just continues to elevate his game year after year.
Minute 32 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Robinson, the putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
Saving that trip. Naz Reid turning a miss into a bucket.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Most any coach loves points coming off assists.
Thompson scanning the floor. Pass to Şengün. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. That's 10 points for Alperen Şengün.
He's got a real nice feel for the game. Şengün's quick to make the most of an open look when it avails itself.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for us.
Here's Robinson. Doesn't go that time. Rockets trail by 13. Pass to Bol. And he banks in the layup. Bol's gotten his second bucket.
They're really looking to that inside game here in the second half, getting away from taking a bunch of threes. Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Minnesota leading by 13. Highland looking for an opening. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Here's the break. Here's Thompson. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Donte DiVincenzo.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
And Houston making a change here. Pass to Beasley. Back to Highland. To the inside. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Back comes Houston in transition. Durant, automatic at the rim.
Boy, how about the outstanding hustle from Durant? I mean, getting out on the break as soon as the ball was headed the other way. The more bodies going up court, the better.
DiVincenzo on the wing. That one drops for him. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Down low. Şengün. And that comes off the assist by Durant. And that's 12 points for Alperen Şengün. 4-3. And DiVincenzo hits from deep.
And the three-point shot of DiVincenzo is dangerous. Defense cannot allow him to get airspace from there.
Outside Durant. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage in. As a result, they've got a big lead.
And he's just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Here's Eason from downtown. Yes, sir, with the three.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Left side Highland. Yes, using that window.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Yeah, one of the most skilled players we've ever seen. Durant just continues to dominate offensively.
Now Reed. Oh, the shot is off. A minute 15 left to play in the fourth quarter. Outside Şengün. Oh, missed on the tray.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points. But that's just not a good look.
Oh, no good. Rockets trail by 8. Durant with it. He's picked up by SGA. Fires the three. Oh, he can't hit it. Now the Timberwolves with it. They've led by as many as 14. Takes a three. Durant there for the rebound.
Really good shot contest there. Made it tough for the shooter.
Stolen by Reed. McDaniels. Reed. Oh, he can't get the putback. Smith, left side. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. It's a one-on-one situation. Buries it from outside.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Good idea with the fadeaway, but the defense was just all over it.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Thompson outside. And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
crowd is assembled here at the Target Center in Minneapolis, looking for the Timberwolves to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live, right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. For the Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off that loss to the Pelicans at New Orleans Arena. SGA with the ball. Now defended. By Flag. And the block shot turns into a shooting foul. So the defensive effort there a bit too much as the officials will send him to the line, and he'll shoot some free throws. Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Greg, we've got two teams that boast some serious firepower off the bench.
And that depth makes each team more difficult to defend, more unpredictable. Both sides have a lot of guys who can step up on any given night.
Back to McDaniel. Rebound by Joel Embiid. And Embiid has got the ball here for Philadelphia. Here's Flag. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Stolen by McDaniel. Here's Shannon. Pass to Ryder. Driving the lane. And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Now the 76ers with it. It's a three-point game. And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team fairly deep with size up front,
that can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter.
That's 20% now from the field. What a cold start.
Embiid inside. Minnesota with the rebound. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. I asked him what he told his guys before going up against Joel Embiid, and he said, quote, I told them to get into him. Always get a hand up and do your best to guard without fouling. Embiid excels at baiting defenders, but we can't afford to give him free points at the line. Kevin, back over to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. So, Greg, for Cooper Flag, both of his parents were college basketball players.
Yeah, and I love that Cooper's mom calls him String Bean. Though at this point, he's a powerful young man. And he also has a twin brother, Ace, who's got some talent as well.
And Philadelphia has possession. Following the bucket by the Timberwolves. George, no good.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim.
Ball, the bounce pass. George sets a screen. Just 4 to shoot. And Flagg throws it down.
And you can't let this kid, Flagg, get that good a position down low. Cooper will finish that every time.
Pass to Embiid. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
The 76ers trailed by 3. Now Flagg. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. For the finish. Pushes it down to finish the break.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go. Maybe it is showtime. Stolen by McDaniels. And they're moving it up. Fires from deep. And the 3-ball is good. Jen got 5. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Well, don't forget about their scoring in the open floor. They've been getting a lot of production on their break.
So it's Minnesota now. After the missed 3 from Joel Embiid. Shot clock at 5. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
You love the pressure. He's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
He is just trying to make an impact by disrupting their rhythm.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hasn't made one yet. That one drops for him.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Ball with it. To the inside. Here's Embiid. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And McDaniels, here we go. Ball's knocked loose. And so it's Minnesota going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside. It is. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
They've disrupted the offensive flow, and they are making things miserable for any ball handler.
Now Edgecombe. Kicks it out to Jones. This one for 3. A 3-pointer is right on target. Jones has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the 76ers. Greg, we know something every scout liked about B.J. Edgecombe was his raw physical ability.
Yeah, many felt he was already NBA ready in terms of his physique. He's fast, he's strong, and he can just leap out of the gym. No waiting for him to fill out. This guy is ready to go.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Sixers are trying to pull it all together. Joel Embiid said, we still can compete for a championship, but this is going to take time. We have a lot of talent, but we still have to go out and actually do it. It's just hard. We've got a pretty good chance to accomplish something. Back to you.
It's all about health. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. And Edgecombe gets it to go.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Back to DiVincenzo. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
pass to Shepard. 6 to shoot. Right side, Jones. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Timberwolves leading by 7. Here's DiVincenzo. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. They set the pick. Here's Edgecombe. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
The 76ers trailed by 9. And the Sixers last season, Tim, winning less than half as many games as had been projected.
Well, the injury bug completely derailed their season. And by the tail end of that year, a low win total was actually in their best interest because they were trying to ensure they retained their top 6 protected picks.
Shepard, that's good.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Here's DiVincenzo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. So, Tim, I'm sure it's hard to pick one, but who would you call the most underrated player right now in the NBA?
I think it's Pascal Siakam, and I have felt that way for a few years. I just think you're talking about someone who has great energy, plays both ends of the floor, and is a matchup nightmare because of his versatility.
And began kind of in oblivion. He had to play some time in the G League and work his way up.
Became the most improved player in this league.
That bucket in no time at all. SGA's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that's Shea's favorite spot on the floor. His mid-range game is automatic.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. The 76ers making a change here. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the second quarter. And here is Ball. Still without a basket. The 76ers with another miss. Holmes wide open. He fired. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so Edwards will bring it up for the 76ers. Trailing by 13. We've got 1:13 left in the first half of the game. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Jones, no luck. Timberwolves leading by 13. Down low. McDaniels. And finished off by McDaniels.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting back, you cannot give up plays like that.
Edwards with the screen. The drive-by ball. And that time, also a missed shot. To the paint. Here's Ryder. He is hauled in by Paul George. The 76ers trailed by 16 to the wing right side. 24 seconds left now here in the second. Shepard, that's good.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And a wide open look for SGA. That's short off the rim. Outside, Ball. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We come back right after this. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead.
And Ball, a terrific distributor. He's got great size at that point guard position, which enables him to see over smaller defenders. Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
Pass to Shepard. Here's the three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Shepard's got 5 points now this quarter.
When he's had the opportunities, he's scored the ball, but they need more from him.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
I just like how aggressive SGA is. It's why he's able to draw these kinds of fouls.
It seems like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tim, has the ball handling and finishing package of a player 6 inches shorter. What he does at his size is really amazing.
Yeah, I think he has the offensive game of a shorter player because he thought he was only going to be 6'1". He got to 6'6". So now you've got this incredible array of shot making around the rim with a much taller player. That is a difficult combination to deal with.
So he had to readjust not only physically but mentally how he approached the game, correct?
Absolutely. It changed everything for his approach.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, the NBA is cutthroat. All-star Kevin Durant said, you've got to build up that dislike for guys that you're competing against, and you can't be friends while you're on the court. It's a dog-eat-dog world, especially when you're at the level of greatness. You don't want anybody to take that thing you've got. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Out left to the wing. Pass to Jones. Lets the three fly. And it's Shepard missing.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And he's got his first chance at the line here. So we've seen the NBA, Tim, embrace analytics more and more over time. That's something you caught on to early in your career.
Well, there is no doubt, Kevin, that they're starting to go more to the analytics. The eye test is really important when you look at just what makes good basketball. But the numbers sometimes can tell you things you didn't even realize as a coaching staff.
As a broadcaster, what numbers do you look at normally right off the top? What things are telltales for you?
One thing that I really look at as opposed to individual plus-minus, give me that group of 5 plus-minus. That way I know which units are really getting it done together.
Oh, I love that. Some changes for Philadelphia. The 76ers trailed by 12. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Back to Highland. Inside. Outside for Robinson. No good there. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
There's Embiid.
Putting something extra behind it. Embiid would not be denied there.
Pass to Highland. To the paint. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now flagged. Gobert with the block.
And Gobert's reach is essentially inescapable. He can swat any attempt away in the paint. changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
They've definitely been more opportunistic. They have pushed the pace every time they've had the chance.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending.
Beautiful look right there. Led his man perfectly.
Embiid the screen. Pass to Houston. He gets that one. Houston's got his first points of the night.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Down low. And stolen by Flagg. Here's Embiid. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
Back to Robinson. Shoots over Edgecombe. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Minnesota leading by 14. To the middle. And stolen by Flagg. And there's a foul called on Naz Reid. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Edgecombe. Pass to Embiid. There's the triple. Joel showing off the range.
Showing off his range. Embiid isn't your normal center. This guy can really knock down the triple.
Now Flagg. Here's Houston. To the inside. And Flagg throws it down.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmes. And Embiid with the block.
And there's so much potential for Embiid at the defensive end. This guy just swallows up shots.
Gotta knock down that shot. When you don't, you're letting the defense off the hook.
It's tipped. SGA with the steal. Here's Ryder. Nailed from three-point land. And the Timberwolves lead by 12. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
I like their defense today, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And they also deserve a lot of credit for getting points off turnovers. Their hustle has allowed them to take advantage of those opportunities.
And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
He is just so good around the hoop. Good luck stopping SGA.
And they call an illegal shooting here.
The second half hasn't gone nearly as well for him. He'd only had one before the break in terms of turnovers, but that number's growing as this game progresses.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. And it was a frustrated huddle. Coaches and players were angry about the turnovers. Players trying to hold each other accountable. They're fed up with sloppy play. Let's see how they respond. Guys.
Thank you, Allie. Shoots the three. Good.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, we talk about winning basketball all the time and what it looks like. Well, that defense right there, that's the opposite of that.
6 on the shot clock. Outside Embiid. Fires. And the excellent defensive pressure does the job. SGA From 15 feet away, it's good.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
I think the key here is to be careful about playing it too safely. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And you talk about physical dominance combined with skill. Tim, at his peak, where does Joel Embiid rank?
Well, Kevin, I'm not sure we've ever seen a 7-footer with this combination of power and three-point shooting touch. Injuries really are the only thing that have slowed him down.
And George put it down hard.
Watch out below. Woo! And rolling back the clock. Nice work by Paul George.
And down goes the three.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Timberwolves.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Misses the three. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Ryder. Puts it up from deep. And they recover it. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at